still more questions about masks and who needs to be wearing them. So you asked, we've got answers. Here to help us is NBC News investigative and consumer correspondent Vicky Nguyen and NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
Morning.
All right, Vic, let's start with you. Lots of states updating the mask guidance since last week. Of course, the question being this one coming from Tyler in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Do restaurant or bar rules supersede state rules when it comes to whether or not you do or don't have to wear a mask?
Tyler, this is such a good question, and the answer is yes and no. So if you live in a state where they're now following the CDC guidance and they've said, okay, if you're fully vaccinated on the honor system, no need to wear a mask indoors, no need to social distance, then the bar or restaurant or private business can still make their own rules and say, actually, just like we want you to wear a shirt and shoes to get service, we still want you to wear a mask. However, if you're in a state where they're still requiring masks to be worn, you as a private business need to follow your state guidelines or your local guidelines, or you may face a fine. So that's the tricky waters that are being navigated right now.
I still want to point out the mask shaming. I wore a mask this morning, and somebody actually said to me, oh, I see you're not following the CDC guidance.
You're kidding.
I want to wear masks.
You can do whatever you want.
I can see you're being a jerk.
There you go. Exactly.
There's that. Dr. Azar, let's bring you in here. We have a viewer question from Caitlin on Instagram. She writes, how much protection does the mask provide my unvaccinated 8-year-old whose elementary school has lifted mask mandates?
This is such a great question, Caitlin. So actually, most of the information we have, this like the real world data, comes from knowing that when mask mandates were instituted and implemented, that case numbers just dropped dramatically in those areas. And the actual number or percentage, we don't have a lot of scientific data on that, but there is one observational study that is cited often about mask wearing within a household where there were a lot of infections. And it appeared to protect roughly close to 80%.
Wow.
So, with masks, if you wear them correctly, you're getting really close to the level of protection of vaccination. But I can't give you a number to just necessarily take home with.
All right. So, Vic, today in New York and Connecticut, we're seeing these mask mandates loosened again. You don't have to wear them indoors now in those particular states and lots of other states. So as folks start to venture inside again and take the masks off, you've been talking about air circulation for a year now. Good signs of air circulation or poor air circulation?
Yeah, this is an easy one. Use your 5 senses. First, look, see if there are any open windows where you are. Then feel. Does the air feel hot? Does it feel sticky, humid? Reach out. If you're close to a lot of people and you can actually touch someone, then you're in a close, considered perhaps a crowded indoor space. Smell. How does it smell? Is it stale in there? Does it feel stagnant? Those are all signs of poor air circulation. Now, if you're vaccinated, you're fine. You don't need to wear a mask. But if you're worried about who you're coming home to, maybe you do have kids who aren't eligible for the vaccine. While the risk is very small that you can come home and transmit the virus to them, it's there. So when in doubt, put on a mask. Don't feel bad about it. Don't let other people make you feel bad about it. Same thing goes the other way. If you don't want to wear a mask because you're fully vaccinated and you want to get back to normal, that's okay too.
Dr. Azar, once and for all, then, on this note, what Vicky was just talking about, if you have younger children, they're not old enough to be vaccinated. I was out in the Midwest this week. Everybody is packing the restaurants. Restaurants are packed. Should your younger kids have on masks or when you're out with your kids inside someplace?
So, Chanel, the most direct answer is that nothing has changed with regard to people who are unvaccinated. That includes adults and children. As you mentioned, people are going to be venturing out more as more members of a household are getting vaccinated. But your young kids, if they're not of age, they still need to be masked based on local ordinances and guidance. That hasn't changed.
Great. All right. Vicky, Natalie, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.